EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they can get it.
The number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. To throw is Jackson. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Jackson. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
The numbers for Mixon last week. 21 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown. Play action. Stroud now.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so he knows confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
Here's Stroud. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they got turned it into points.
Well, the numbers for Andrews last week, he was pretty prophetic. He said before that game, I want to get in the end zone often. He got there 3 times.
Yeah, it's one thing to catch a lot of footballs. That is important, but it's what you do after the catch that can make you great. And he had a great game last week.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Henry out of the pistol. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
23 yards on the play.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw in the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
They go play action now. Jackson under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And his throw is incomplete. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing is Jackson. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
On fourth down, on is Tyler Loop for the Baltimore field goal. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So the flag is for roughing the kicker, a big 15-yard penalty.
And I'm not sure that was the time to go all out after the kicker. Plenty of time left in this game.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They go play action with Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Pitch and catch there good for 13. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Stroud keeps it. And he is going to have a Texans first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Mixing up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Stroud to throw it. That's going to be caught by Kirk. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. Now Stroud. He'll complete this one to Collins. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Here's Tommy Townsend on the punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start with a give to Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. That's Foley Fatukasi into the backfield with ease and making the stick for a loss. Here's Jackson. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Henry up the middle. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know, he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Play action. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now it's Jackson. And there's a quick throw caught by Andrews. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens add 6 to their lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Tyler Luke now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
They'll fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw off play action. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long. Stroud looking to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And Stroud now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That gain on third down, good for 28.
No, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone structure here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well where you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Kyle Hamilton running up from his safety spot and earning the sack. This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Being chased out left. And a tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Here's Tommy Townsend now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around. Let's not quibble about the game there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Jackson now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard.
First down carry for Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
Now Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And incomplete on a deep ball.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
That one into the hands of Flowers. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
3rd and 6.
To throw is Jackson. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
Formation for the Ravens.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that. Back to the locker room, just a little more animated.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Stroud. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Throwing now is Stroud. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
They'll take over 1st down and goal at the 6-yard line.
With such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Looking for a seam, but finding none. We'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Jackson. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 5-yard touchdown. Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Luke now for the extra point. And oh, it's blocked. The Texans have got him. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spend a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
The Texans with the football here late in this first half. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Stroud. Flush to his right. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. Got his man down. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
To number 3, Tank Dell. A gain of 16 yards.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Got a man. It's Collins complete. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Stroud to throw it. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Nico Collins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. The first month of the season has come and gone. It's the first weekend of October, our first week with buys on the schedule. Lots to unpack, so let's get into it. Our look around the league starts now, and it starts with a good one here. And this is Ty Chandler. He gets a seal here, and off he goes. From there, it's off to SoFi Stadium. We're looking on the Rams as they play host to the San Francisco 49ers. And it's Puka Nacua. He's going to look in the catch and then look upfield and watch this. Make it a 70-yard touchdown grab. The Rams move to 4-1, looking good as they get the win here. One more to show you. Let's go to Charlotte. It's the Panthers taking on the Miami Dolphins. And here it's Tua looking for and finding his favorite target, Tyreek Hill. A 12-yard touchdown pass. This one's gone to halftime with the Dolphins trying to get back over 500 in the early parts of the season. They lead at the break. And time now for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the NFL. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, trying to slow things down a little bit.
Second down in the yard.
At the 33-yard line.
Stroud sets up the play action. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
First down, Houston.
Play action. Here's Stroud. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's plan the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Texans send the punter out, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is taken around the 12. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Here's Jackson. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Play action. Now Jackson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together.
On the quick, right?
Now Stroud. That's complete to Dell. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left. The 3rd and 2. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
And the Texans first down.
To the right side and caught by Dell. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Into game 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 41.
In motion right, that's Dell. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Stroud looking to throw. Buying time to his left. And Stroud wisely slides down safely after picking up the first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. A handoff to Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now it's Jackson. Throwing quickly for Mark Andrews. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Now a 2nd and 2. Henry running right. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Throwing is Jackson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They go play action with Jackson. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now it's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Looking to put a drive together.
It's a turnover on downs.
They'll start with the option. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Here's a give to Mixon. Shoves him aside. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, we have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd down and 12. Taking a shot for Dell here. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Houston. Tank Dell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Oh, good return up past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the 2nd half after a decent 1st half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Takes it to about the 37.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there's a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Jackson. And there's a quick throw caught by Andrews. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Left side completion to Jones. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5. To throw is Jackson. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Stroud off the play fake. That'll be pulled in downfield by Collins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Jackson now. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore.
Baltimore Ravens. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
For another Baltimore Raven.
Jackson will throw again. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
1st and 10.
From the gun, Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Flowers. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
First down.
Henry will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. So here are the Texans to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now Joe Mixon. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Stroud looks to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So a big one coming here for Ka'imi Fairbairn. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 8, 20 seconds to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down. He's going to let it fly. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Now Jackson. And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. It's complete, and he will get in. The 2-point conversion is good, and we may be on our way to overtime. Everything was riding on that 2-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. This is 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. So it's the Ravens who won the toss. They'll get the football first here in overtime as the kick is away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they get the ball first here in this overtime period. Remember, even if they score a touchdown, it's not over. There's always a chance to go and score a touchdown the other way, but they can certainly get a leg up with a solid drive here. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. And a tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Here's Jackson. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. Now Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Jerks.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for it. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate. They end up letting them through, and they ended up tackling him for a loss.
That is caught. Touchdown. They strike first here in overtime. And Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the Texans set to come onto the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Now Stroud. Finding Schultz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Stroud. That's caught again by Schultz. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Stroud. eluding the pressure right.
Certainly a rarity for all but an elite couple of quarterbacks in this league to have a 100-yard day on the ground. Heck, even running backs don't hit the mark as often as they used to. Nice to see them keep calling his number once they saw he was in line for a special game.
Stroud to throw it. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Brings up second and goal at the Ravens 3-yard line.
Well, they came so close, Charles. They were knocking on the door in a one-possession game, but ultimately the defense held tough to get the victory.
And doesn't it feel like it just leaves them asking what could have been? So many moments when they could have had a big play to change the outcome of this game. And let's face it, none bigger than that final snap that just fell short.
So for Baltimore, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
You wanted something to save, you wanted something to tame, you wanted me to come running when you called my name, you wanted something to train, girl.
Let's watch something,
Keep
baby.
on the chain, girl.
Just me and you.
Since you laid eyes on me,
Huh?
you've been
Why?
barking up the wrong damn tree.
No, you're not allowed to.
You tried to tighten up the collar, clean me up, pull me up out the holler. That's one pill I ain't never gonna swallow. It's only one way this ends. Me running off you on the porch crying, girl, I don't guess I can blame you for trying to fence me in. But that's your fault, hell, you brought in this outside dog. I'm born to howl at the moon, you know I need me some room for chasing me all night and then sleeping